Love it. Lord. Hello, guys. Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Things pretty crazy, huh? Ugh, those people. First of all, those sirens that you hear in the background are not sirens, okay? They are those damn noisemakers because we have a group over here, and I'm not going to go over and like, but if I were to put money on it, it's the same group that has been over at the over by Union Station with those noisemakers. They're right over there, and I don't know how they do that all day, but they will literally sit here for hours and run that noisemaker like that. It blows my mind. Like it's accomplishing anything. You know what I mean? Anyhow, so let's see what we can see around here that looks any different. I'm gonna walk down, I think. I've been really quiet the past few days. I wanted to sit back and kind of, because I've had a lot going on with me and my emotions are really crazy. And I like to stay off of social media when I'm like that anyhow, because, it just, it's what works for me. And then, with everything going on, I kind of wanted to sit back and just watch everything, watch all the information that's been put out, watch everybody, watch how different people react, respond. Um, I like to do that. I learn a whole lot more when I sit back and I'm quiet. And, I'll have to say that from the very beginning, that whole situation just didn't make sense, okay? Um, but I really wanted to sit back and give it some time, days. Usually it takes a few days for things to start pouring out. And the more things came out, the more it just didn't add up to me, okay? And and I was seeing on social media how people were arguing over people questioning, and I was like, yeah, that's what got us into that trouble in the beginning, right? We need to question everything. And it's not out of disrespect, it's out of not going back to that place where we used to be, where we believed everything that we were told, even though even though it had a bunch of holes in it. And this, it's not out of disrespect, but this whole thing has a lot of holes in it. So I'm not saying I know what happened. I'm not. I'm just saying the whole story doesn't add up, okay? And like I posted this morning, a big thing for me is, that we haven't seen anything from a medical team. Like, they throw them in the back of this black SUV, and like that's the last of anything, okay? And you would have thought we would have gotten some sort of statement, something, anything, a small statement. You know, we're the team that was here when he was brought in. This is what we, you know, this is what we saw. This is, something, anything. Not even like a little TikTok from, someone at the hospital that was just there and saw the commotion and started filming. Everybody films everything anymore. You know what I mean? And so that was a really huge thing for me. So that's why I put out this morning. If anybody has anything, because I haven't seen anything, if you happen to have something that somehow I missed, please share it, like far and wide, because that's a real big thing for me right now, is that we haven't seen anything like that. It just stops at the black SUV. And we all know that a lot of the things don't add up before that. So I'm not being disrespectful. If anybody's angry at me for questioning this narrative, I'm really sorry, but that tells me that you're going to fall for anything that comes, because it really did have so many things that jumped out at us that you really should have questioned. And that's not being disrespectful in any way. It's being smart and covering your ass, okay? Because nothing's adding up. So I just want to sit. I'm not jumping to conclusions. I'm not saying I know what happened or anything, because I don't know. But I want to know, like, what the facts that they're trying to feed us are. And because that doesn't make sense, I want to know more. So I plan to just keep an eye out, okay? And just see where this goes, because it's just all of it, including that text message that, that's just not right. So anyhow, I'm going to keep an eye on things and see where things go from there with all of this. So let's see if we can, I don't know if we can get through here or not. Let me tell you through the city. So I've been here for a while. And there's nothing going on. It's really quiet. There's a lot of foot traffic over on Capitol Hill and a lot of car traffic. But it was a bunch of people like in groups with lanyards. So they're doing some sort of like, going to Congress or something, lobbying. I don't know, but a lot of groups. I really wish that I had some sort of credentials to get inside. I really do. It drives me nuts because there's so much stuff that, I'd like to be witnessing, but I don't think they have the doors open down here, do they? Okay. So let's go back up here where I can give you a better look at things. I haven't seen, and I've been here, I don't know, what time is it, after 1? So I've been here at least a couple hours. I haven't seen a single National Guard anywhere. I've been all over this place a couple of times. And I have not seen one today. Not one. So I don't know, but I haven't seen any. So let's go up here. Everything else is just a normal day. A little gloomy. It's been raining on and off. So let's see what they have there. So is that like a check-in tent of some sort? They've got like machines, and I don't want to go too far zooming in because that'll get me in trouble. So that happened before. But I think that's obviously a check-in tent. They do have a metal detector inside of that. But like I said, I'm not going to zoom in, okay? That's one time when they did mess with my videos. It was here at the White House. And I zoomed in on the Secret Service shack up top, and they did remove that from my videos, so I'm going to be careful. Let's see if we can get a look at over here. Gosh, I wish they'd... Oh, God. How annoying. So, let's see. So, yeah, this tent, I guess it's for workers or, I don't know, people coming in and out of the White House, because you see the metal detectors. I gotta walk through. Let's come down here. Excuse me. So we got a bunch of trucks up there. And yeah, that definitely looks like a porta potty up there. Hold on. I'm trying to see if we can. Spy. Okay. Lord, people. That's thunder. Okay. Just trying to see what I see up there. They've got this white wall. Well, they painted it. So now they've got a white wall blocking everything back there. So probably going to get very limited views on any of this construction. Let's go down here. I don't plan to see anybody at the door because obviously they're in the UK. Did you notice the colors? Oh my gosh, people. They're right there. It's not even that many people. It's like a couple handfuls of people making all that noise. Did you notice Melania's hat, purple for royalty, and his tie? I think that's the red and blue tie that he wears that makes purple. But yeah, that was interesting. And of course, walking ahead, which will, everybody will go crazy over that. Oh my goodness, I can't. Okay. Just wanted to see if there's anybody down there or anything. Okay, so nothing worth really looking at. I was hoping we could at least get a view of something up here. So I guess that's probably going to be it. I'm going to go back over to the Capitol and take another look around there. And see if it's settled down or anything like that over there. And then I'm probably going to just get out of here and come back up Friday. I was hoping to come up for the flight tonight, but I can't make that. And I really want to catch a flight. I've got a lot of questions about that as well. So I will be coming back up on Friday now that everything is situated at my house, I think. Knock on wood, knock on my head here real quick. So I'll be back up on Friday and we'll take a look around, but otherwise we'll just keep our eye on everything that's going on. The beautiful thing is that, people are really opening their eyes this past week. I actually, and I won't mention any names, but I have a friend who I've known for many, many years who actually just shared something for the very first time, political, and it had to do with Charlie Kirk. So people are really opening their eyes, and this whole situation was actually the turning point for a lot of people. And to me, that's a beautiful thing in a roundabout way. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing. Because we really need people to understand the whole gist of all of this stuff that we've been screaming, all these years, acting like, crazy internet fools. But anyhow, that's a beautiful thing coming out of all of this. So that's my plan for the day. I'm just going to get out of here. If anything is going on over there worth showing you, or anything else on my way through here, I'll pop back on. But otherwise, I'll be back up on Friday, okay? I love you guys. I'll see you later.